magical, and triumphant Tuesday. Gloriously magical and triumphant. I'm Lotus, your spiritual fairy dark mother and your virtual bar instructor. And today is day 2 of the 30 days of bar. For those of you that joined in yesterday, we started in that wide position plie, and we're going to add on to that wide space. With these short interactive sessions, we're going to continuously add on day to day, but not necessarily replicating what we did the day before. So if you have any questions about the move or the energy that we're putting forth today, feel free to go back to the prior video so you can catch on in with us. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we get into the actual movements, I want you to just bring yourself into this space today. Bring yourself into this energy of Tuesday. Exhale. Maybe we just take those shoulders up and back. How's those hips flowing? Are you feeling that rhythm of your body? Feel free to maybe take those arms and sway them side to side, transitioning those hips with you. Yes, let that energy flow, but also clearing the space around you. Maybe you bring those arms up towards the chest. Exhale as you feel called to do so. Breathing with your natural rhythm of your breath. And we're gently going to start slowing it down, coming into a space of stillness. Wonderful. Maybe we lean back into those shoulders as we become grounded into our space here today. Now we're going to go back into that wide position plie as we started with in the foundation of our movement. And we're going to start with that neutral. Now remembering, the neutral is going to be your closest heel placement. When you can bring those heels together, start with those toes forward and gently bend through the knees. This is my neutral position, but it may not be yours. If when you go to have a seat by bending those knees, there's a resistance, make sure that you stand back tall and open up the heels. Because as you gain more fluidity in the hips, knees, and ankles, you'll be able to work with a smaller platform. So start with a platform that allows you to still have movement in those knees. So we're going to come into that neutral position. Heels are together. We're going to rotate those hips forward. Core is engaged, low back is protected. Shoulders rotate back, and those arms lift nice and tall towards the sky. Exhale, flow forward. Giving yourself a deep stretch to the back side of the body. Gently bending those knees as you roll the body up, rotating those shoulders back as you lift. And let's do one more as we take those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, yes, let it go. Float forward. And again, maybe you deepen that stretch here, allowing the back side of the body to open up. As we place that gentle bend in the knees and roll the body up, shoulders come back as the head lifts. And as we take those arms up towards the sky, when we exhale, we're going to rotate them down and around. Shoulders come back, palms come to the waist. And we're going to rotate into that external Y formation. This is our first position. Make sure, let's get that knee check. Gentle lower with the hips, bending of the knees, and making sure this is a great space for you to start in. As we warm up through those knees before we go into that wide position. Let's get about 3 more. One more after this. Wonderful, nice and tall. So we're going to transition out into that wide position. We're going to step it left once and then right once. That's your wide space. This is going to be your neutral in that wide position. As we lower the hips, bend the knees. So we're going to start with those palms on the waist. Exhale, yes. Let that heaviness go. I can feel it just being released as you allow yourself to be grounded and centered into this space. And so in a breath count of 4, 3, 2, here's those singles. Take it low and lift. Low. For 8, 7, 6, breathe. 4, 3, 2. Last one, hips stay tall. Have a seat. So it's drop, hold, still, find that balance for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift those hips. 3, 2, 1. Have a seat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift those hips. 3, 2, 1. Right heel in. 3, 2, 1. Right heel out. So it's out, left heel in, hold, left heel out, right heel in, hold, right heel out, left heel in, hold, left heel out, hold, back to single. So it's drop and lift, low, for 8, 7, you got it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hips stay tall, down and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hips, left heel, center, toes, forward, walk it out. Great work, great work. Great way to move into that space. Forgive me for stepping out of range, just grabbing a little bit of water. All right. So now as we start to have that energy permeating, we also can listen in and see how those knees are responding to that movement. Where might you be feeling any tension or discomfort? Adjust accordingly with the lifting and the lowering of the hips. Also, making sure that you are in a platform that is structured for your balance at this time. So make any adjustment with those heels as necessary. So as we move forward, we're going to incorporate the arms into this wide position. Exhale. I think I just need another sip of water. I'm actually coming off of a full session at the gym, so I taught a class right before this. All right, so we're going to start back in that neutral position. Toes are forward, hips forward, shoulders come back, palms come to the waist. We find that external rotation, so we always realign to make sure that we are accounting for our balance and our fluidity at whatever point we're in. We're going to start left wide, right wide. So we've got our foundation here. We're going to add those singles in, and then we're going to incorporate the arms. So the flow is going to go from drop, lift, to arms overhead, pushing back. Overhead, back behind. Overhead, back behind. We're going to find a hold, breath count of 8, lift, hold, breath count of 8, lift. And then we're going to step it in with the right. Sound like a plan? I like it too. So let's find that right, wide position. Rotate those shoulders back. Yes. So in a breath count of 4, 3, 2, here's our singles. Take it low and lift. Low. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hips stay tall. Drop and hold. Find the balance, hold. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hips. 3, 2, 1. Add those arms. So it's lift, overhead, palms back behind. Lift, overhead, palms back behind. 8 more. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Breathe. Lift, lower. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hips stay tall. Drop and hold. Find the balance. Core is engaged. Shoulders are back. Hips are forward. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift. 3, 2, 1, lower. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift. 3, 2, 1, right heel. 3, 2, 1, toes. Walk it out. Beautiful, beautiful flow. And so as we come into the center of that room, maybe you grab some water, shake those hips out. Exhale. Such a great way to release any energies that may be pent up in the hips, finding some dexterity and some flexibility in those knees, opening up the hips, but also expanding into that breath. Deep breathing allows clarity in the mind. And when we can slow it down and find those moments of stillness, breathing deeply, deeply through any discomfort, we can then remove blockages that may be found in the body and in the mind to move forward with a clear aspect and dedicated energy and focus. Let's get a nice little stretch before we conclude for the day. So we're going to continue with that wide position, just coming into the toes out, wide V formation, just taking those legs nice and wide. And as we take those arms up towards the sky, reach tall through the fingertips. Exhale, flow forward, palms down towards the ground. And we're going to come into a wide forward fold, allowing the backside to open more deeply. And then maybe we drop those hips, bend the knees, and lift the head. And we take those hips back towards the sky and lower the head. One more as we drop the hips, bend the knees, and lift the head. And we lower the head, lift the hips back towards the sky. As we gently walk those fingertips and toes towards the left, we come into a high triangle pose. Gently walking those fingertips and toes back towards the front. And then rotating those fingertips and toes towards the right. Gently working yourselves back and to the front. And then we're going to heel toe, bringing the heels and toes together until we reach that neutral forward fold. And maybe we deepen that stretch through the backside of the body. As we place a gentle bend in the knee, we roll the body up, rolling those shoulders back as the head lifts. And we're going to make sure that that balance and equilibrium has returned before we make any sudden movements. And when you feel structured and sturdy enough, walk it out. Hope this was a welcome insight into your day that got you moving and feel that grounded energy permeating through us. We're in that season of Capricorn, that motivation, but creating a foundation in order for us to flourish through it. I'm Lotus, the spiritual dark mother and your virtual bar instructor. I look forward to working with you again soon. We've got our next session of Luscious with Lotus that's starting in that virtual format on February 2nd. Message me if you have any interest in joining our series, or if you have any other questions about what you have experienced here today. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Share this video with a friend. Hey, I look forward to working with you again soon. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.